So, real question. Have you ever looked at your life and thought, bro, how did I just waste months doing absolutely nothing? Like you blinked and suddenly it's next month, next semester, next season, and you have nothing to show for it except weird sleep schedules, unfinished assignments, and way too many hours of scrolling? Yeah, I know that feeling way too well. And the wild part is, it's not even like you were having fun. You were just surviving. Sitting in your room, staring at your phone, telling yourself you'll start tomorrow, and then tomorrow turns into 3 weeks. And you start asking yourself, what's wrong with me? But here's the truth that no one ever tells you. You didn't waste that time because you're lazy. You wasted it because you were overwhelmed. Burnout. Tired of being a human for a minute. When life gets too heavy, your brain doesn't say, let's improve. It says, shut down. Hide. Do the bare minimum. And yeah, it sucks, but it's also human. But here's the part that actually matters. Those months you feel guilty about, they don't define you. They're just part of your story, not the ending. This moment right now, this video, is your reset button. And your comeback story starts with one thing, honesty. But not the deep emotional journal type. I mean, 10 seconds. 10 seconds where you admit to yourself, okay, I fell off, but I want to get back up. That's the moment where everything starts to turn. Because suddenly, you're not the victim of the time you lost. You're the driver of the time you're about to create. Now, once you do that, people always say build better habits. No, not yet. That's where most people fail. If you've been doing nothing for months, your first battle isn't discipline. It's your environment. Your brain cannot rebuild inside a space that feels like a battlefield. So start simple. Make your bed. Throw away actual trash. Grab every random pile of clothes, papers, tech, whatever, and put it all into one box. Hide the box. Deal with it later. Your room doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to feel like a place where progress is possible again. When your space looks even slightly stable, your mind starts to feel like it can be stable too. And now that things look a little less chaotic, this is the part where most people sabotage themselves without even realizing it. They jump into the new me energy and create a huge plan. Wake up at 5 a.m. Work out an hour. Study for 6 hours. Drink a gallon of water. Become a superhero overnight. But that version of you doesn't exist yet. And expecting yourself to suddenly become that person is exactly how you burn out all over again. So instead, you're going to do something different. You're going to build a tiny plan. Not a weekly plan. Not a life plan. Just a 24-hour plan. One day, your plan looks like this. Wake up at a reasonable time. Not perfect. Just okay. Eat something that isn't sugar or chips. Finish one meaningful task. One homework assignment. One email. One chapter. One work thing. Go outside for 5 minutes. Clean for 10 minutes. And stop staying up until 4 a.m. watching random videos you don't even care about. That's it. That's the comeback plan. Because when you win one day, you start believing you can win more. Momentum beats motivation every single time. But here's the part almost nobody talks about, the guilt. Guilt is heavier than procrastination. Guilt is what keeps you stuck. You keep replaying all the time you lost and punishing yourself for it. But guilt has never rebuilt a single life. It just drains all the energy you need to move forward. So hear this clearly. You don't need to make up for the past. You don't need to fix all the days you wasted. You only need to do better starting today. Say it out loud if you have to. I wasted time, but I'm not wasting my future. Every time your brain tries to drag you back into regret, remind yourself, you're done replaying what you can't change. You're choosing what comes next. And the fact that you're even watching this right now means you're ready for that change. Now, the real glow up doesn't come from routines or apps or planners. It comes from identity. Ask yourself, who am I trying to become? And then match it with tiny identity actions. If you want to be a student who's on top of work, study for 10 minutes a day. If you want to be healthier, drink one actual cup of water. If you want to be productive, finish one task completely instead of doing 10 tasks halfway. You rebuild your identity the same way you lost it. Little by little, choice by choice. Small proof creates big confidence. And big confidence leads to real change. Now here's the final rule. The rule that keeps you consistent without destroying yourself. The 3-day rule. Never let yourself fall off for more than 3 days. 1 bad day? Totally fine. 2 bad days? Still fine. 3 days? Okay, stop, reset, and start again. This rule gives you freedom without letting you disappear for months again. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to not vanish. So let's sum this up, because your comeback is actually simple. Be honest with yourself. Fix your environment. Make a tiny plan for tomorrow. Let go of the guilt. Rebuild your identity in small actions. And follow the 3-day rule. You're not starting from zero. You're starting from experience. And honestly, the version of you that's coming next, the one who had to crawl out of this mess, is going to be unstoppable. Try the 24-hour plan tonight. And let's rebuild your life, one real day at a time.